Hi, everybody.
Hello and welcome everyone. We are back again for number 6 of the sales certification class with Mike Archer. How you doing, Mike?
I am well. We're finally starting to hit fall up here, and the leaves are starting to fall, and the apples are starting to fall. So, been picking up apples for the last 10 days.
Apple
So,
juice, apple cider, apple pie, apple
yeah,
sauce.
all of that stuff, and then passing it around the neighborhood.
I love
So,
that.
welcome everybody. We're in lesson 6, and everybody should be on page 24 and 25 and 26. There's not a lot of writing in this one, and it's not a really long lesson today, but we're going to be going through these two charts, and these two charts are critical because this is where you make the transition from gathering your information to actually getting your proposal ready. So this goes along with Jose's training on the research, select, and then you're doing the following up. So all I want to talk about first is if you go to the top of page 24, this is just organizing your program. How do you take all of that information that you gathered in the asking questions phase, and how do you put it together in an organized, intelligent proposal so that you can go back and then make your presentation and ask them to buy from you? So this is organizing your program. All right. This is the in-between of the four-step process. This is the step between asking the questions and then presenting your program. This section is designed to how do you get your presentation ready, and it's right here. All right. So the first thing you need to understand is that there are 3 parts to this. There's a feature, there's a benefit, and there's a proof. All right. And we're going to go through all of this and what it means and how you apply it. All right. So at the top, all I want you to look is the feature is what the solution is. So what you're doing is they have told you a whole bunch of their needs, their wants, their desires, everything that they want to do on their trip. Your job is to now show them all the things that they have told you they needed. Now you're going to show them how you can provide the solutions for that. All right. So the feature is what the solution is. It's what you're going to be doing. The benefit is what the solution does. And then the proof is, now that you said that, how do you prove it? So what we're going to do is I want you to go over to page 25. And you have a whole bunch of these back behind that are blank. So I want you to present I want you to pull these out, and I want you to make copies. You should be taking one of these blanks with you when you're making your interviews, when you're doing your trip. So let's go through this real quickly. So this blank is what I really want you to pay attention to is what's your target? Okay, your target is, let's say, for example, it's a family that's going on a cruise. The arrow is what your overall solution is. Then over here, this is really important because this is how you're going to organize it. All right, so you see in your left-hand column, here's your current condition. This is all the stuff that you found out. And so then you're going to go, I want you to go up here. So what you found out is the feature and the attribute right here, this is what it is. And you'll notice it must match exactly what it is that they've told you about. All right. So, and then what that is the feature is, and they're going to go, okay, so what does that mean to me? That's what you're going to tell them. In your brain, you're going to go, okay, so what? How this helps you is, or what this means is, and then that's the benefit. And then the proof over here is, how are you going to prove what you just told them? Now, proofs are kind of interesting because you have to have a proof for every single feature and benefit. that you're providing, you have to have a proof. You may not need it and you may not use it, but you still have to have it ready to go. For example, everybody knows that travel insurance and stuff like that, that's a pretty thick document. But the proof is that if they want to, if one of their needs is they need to be protected on their trip because they have some people that might not be able to go because of ill health or other commitments or whatever, and things change. All right. So you just tell them, well, there's travel insurance. And if they say, well, what does that look like? Now you have it and you can pull it out. But for the most part, most people know what travel insurance is, and you can pull out your 10-leg documents or, whatever you have. So it's really critical. Now, the proof part, what I just told you, isn't in the manual. It's only in this video. And it's also on the test. So you have to have a proof. You may not use it, but you got to have it. Okay, so now go over to page 25. And what we've done is I've just listed a sample for you to take a look at. So our target is the extended family, and the specific arrow that they have is where they're going to have a reunion, a family get together, what it is that they're going to do. Okay, so this is where your starting point is, right here. And in your discussion, you discovered that they're going to have a family get together. There's going to be a lot of people coming, and they're different ages. Everybody's spread out all over the country. So because it's a big multi-generational, multi-family reunion, so they're coming in from all over. They have no clue where they want to go, and they want to coordinate shore activities, and which includes the travel arrangements. And I did this back when COVID was a big issue. So COVID or illness comes into play, and then they have cost concerns. So this is what their needs are. Now, the feature, what it is the family get together. You've chosen for them a Carnival cruise. Carnival's a great family cruise line. It's geared to families. It's geared to small kids. It's geared to adults. It's really cool. That's what it's for. So multi-generational. So they've got age gap issues. They could have, like, if our family was going to do this, we'd have my 98-year-old mom down to her 3-year-old great-granddaughter. And you've got 3 or 4 generations in between. How are you going to keep everybody happy? Well, Carnival is really good about that. They've got onboard activities that applies to all age groups. All right. Everybody is spread out. So the feature is me. It's you guys. This is where you sell yourselves. Remember, I told you, you are constantly selling yourselves to your clients. You're the number one reason they're going to do business with you, not all this other stuff. Remember, you are always trying to prove to them why it is better for them to do business with you rather than anybody else, or try to do it on their own. You're the expert. You are constantly showing them how your expertise comes into play. So your job is, you're going to, everybody's spread out. So you're the one that's going to make the travel arrangements. You're going to want to get in touch with everybody. You're the one that's going to handle all the travel documents to make sure it's all correct. They don't know where to go. Okay, so they want, who knows where they want to go? They might want to go to Disney Island. They might want to go to a Caribbean cruise. They might want to go on a European cruise. You don't know where they want to go. So the feature would be, you can on your presentation to them, you can say, hey, look, we guys don't know where to go, but I've got a lot of ideas, and we can go to the Carnival website with all together. We get all the interested parties together at a specific time, and we'll go on the Carnival website, and we'll do a Zoom call, and we can take a look at all the cruise options that are available, and then you can decide which one's the best for you. Coordinating shore activities, getting the people, if they're going to do trips and cruise and land tours on thing, you can coordinate, again, coordinating with you to make sure that everything's there. COVID insurance, the travel insurance is there. And then the cost concerns, because the group is so big, you can talk to them about block rates or group rates for multiple cabins. All right, so the benefit. So now I'm just going to concentrate because this is the one that's on the test. Now I'm just going to concentrate on this one right here. So the multi-generational one is the onboard activities and the benefit. So onboard activities, great. What kind of onboard activities? What does that mean to me, to kiddios? What does that mean to everybody? Well, it lets everybody spread out. So, 10 o'clock in the morning, kids could be at the pool. You could be going playing bingo. There's all kinds of things you can do. And it's all right there. And one of the really cool things is that those of you that have been on cruises, the proof for this is you can show them ship photos, activities book, but the best proof is those of you that have been on proofs, that every morning you get under your door a sheet of what the activities are on the ship that day and what stuff is open and what their hours are. What you should do is compile that for one of your cruises and then use that as your proof. So if you've been on a 7 or 10 day cruise, don't throw those away. Bring them home with you. Make that as part of your proof. And it doesn't have to be for this specific issue. It just has to be you can show them this is what shows up in your cabin every morning so you can decide what to do. All right, so this is the one that you want to look out for on the test, but I want you to study all of these and take a look at what it is. Now, the reason this is important is because next week, when we talk about presentation, next week, there's a 4-part process to actually making the presentation before you ask them to buy. And it's a 3-step process. And if you want to get a head start on that, look at the bottom of page 24, where it says the 3-step model. You're gonna recall, then you're gonna present, then you're gonna confirm, and you're gonna ask, and you're gonna do this one at a time. So features are precise. Okay, they speak specifically to the need that you've uncovered. And the biggest mistake people make is, well, we've got multi-generational, we want to have fun. Well, everybody automatically thinks about booking everybody close together in the same rooms. You can address that, but not now. You're going to address the age gap issues and keeping everybody happy on the cruise. So I hope you see that difference. All right, so here's some homework. If you're in the middle of putting something together with somebody, what I want you to do is I want you to use this and go through it and go through any one of these with all the notes that you already have. If you're still learning and want to practice on this, some homework for you is down here at the bottom. A parent's getaway, a bachelor party, a girls' weekend where they can go to a spa and play and drink and all kinds of stuff. Millennials is a big affluent group. And recruiting for your downline. So if you look at page 25 is geared specifically to travel. It's geared specifically to Archer Travel Service and selling travel. Page 26, which is your other way to make money, so your target is downline recruiting and your arrow is evolution. So now you can go into all your evolution stuff and say, why would evolution be attractive to somebody who wants to make money selling travel? And one of the tests, a question on the test is, you're trying to talk to somebody about coming to evolution. They say, well, I don't know how to sell. How do I sell? Well, your answer is right here, line 2. You don't know how to sell. The specific, remember, it's specific and precise. So the sales training is the specific skill that they're going to learn. And the precise benefit to that, remember, the benefit has to match the feature. So the benefit is it's a step-by-step process for learning how to sell. And the proof, in this case, the proof is I'm using the sales training manual. But the reality is you have so many training opportunities from all of the vendors, all of the BDMs. Everybody's got training videos, and you can earn certificates and all of that. And so you can show them. So your proof would be the certificate that you've earned from this, or your IATA or your IATAN or your CLIA, whatever certificates you have, you can show them this is how we can train you to be an Evolution travel agent. There might be some other questions, and those are all right here. So what you want to do is you really do want to do this, because this is a big way for you guys to make money. And those of you that are in teams, large teams, small teams, somebody recruited you. Well, they want you to do the same thing. This is how you do it. It's no different. Remember, I am teaching you, this process is teaching you how to sell in general. In our case, it's specific the travel industry or the recruiting side of it, so that you can make some more money. All right, now the other thing that we have, so those two things, that form that I showed you is a form that was in the sales training manual from the sales training course that I taught. Archer Travel also has a whole bunch of these geared to the specific thing that you're selling. And the one that I showed you here is, in this case, it's a cruise checklist. Amanda, would you jump in here and tell them how? I know we have a bunch of can you tell them where they are and where they live?
Perfect. Yeah, of course. So you log into your back office, you click on Travel Cafe, you go to resources, and you'll find checklists for success. And you're going to find checklists in different languages in there and different topics. And these are going to help you, like Mike just said.
Okay. So go in and take a look at those. So this is a 2-part form. And that's it, guys. This is short and sweet, but this is critical to you showing them you know what you're doing in this. All right. So Amanda, it's only took 20 minutes. Do we have time? I'm sorry. Do we have any questions?
No, I don't think we have any questions right now.
Okay, guys, I cannot stress strongly enough how critical this is to your success. And I'm going to show you why next week when we do lessons 7 and 8, when we do the presentation and the close. And we do those together because those two go together. All right. So that's it. If there's no questions, thanks for being around. I'll see you next week. Bye.